Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Ever wonder what secrets are hidden in those massive corporate reports? Well, today we're diving into Noble Corporation's latest filing, and trust me, it's not as boring as it sounds. We're going to uncover some real numbers that could make or break this company. Think of it like a treasure hunt, but instead of gold, we're looking for financial insights. This report is all about what happened at their annual general meeting, who got elected to the board, what the shareholders voted on, and how the company is setting itself up for the coming year. The main point is the voting results for some key decisions. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. Join us to discuss these filings, financial topics, and more. First off, this is an 8K filing, which means it's a current report. It's used to announce major events that shareholders should know about. The date of the report is May 8, 2025. The main point of this filing is to share the results of the votes that happened at Noble's annual general meeting on May 8, 2025. Shareholders got to vote on a bunch of important things, like who gets to sit on the board of directors and how the company's doing overall. Let's dive into who got elected to the board. The first person elected was Patrice Douglas. Of the votes cast, about 122 million were for her, around 4 million were against, and a small number abstained, meaning they didn't choose either way. There were also about 12 million broker non-votes, which means brokers holding shares for clients didn't vote on this issue. Next up, Robert W. Eifler was re-elected. He got over 126 million votes in favour, with a much smaller number against him. Claus V. Hemmingson was also re-elected, but he had a bit more opposition than the others, with almost 12 million votes against him. Alan J. Hirschberg was re-elected too, with a solid majority voting for him. Kristen H. Holt also secured re-election with very few votes against. Keith Jennings was re-elected with a strong show of support as well. And finally, Charles M. Sledge was re-elected, again with a large number of votes in favour. Moving on from the board members, shareholders also voted to approve PricewaterhouseCoopers as the company's independent accounting firm for 2025. This is important because it means they trust this firm to check the company's financial statements. Over 130 million votes were cast in favour, with around 9 million against. Shareholders voted again, but this time it was to reappoint PricewaterhouseCoopers as the company's UK auditors until the 2026 meeting. The numbers were very similar to the previous vote. There was also a vote to allow the audit committee to decide how much to pay PricewaterhouseCoopers for their UK auditing work. This passed easily with over 38 million votes in favour. Now here's a vote that often gets a lot of attention: the compensation of the company's top executives. Over 117 million voted to approve it, but over 3 million voted against, with a significant number abstaining. This is often a signal of shareholder sentiment about how well the executives are performing compared to what they're being paid. Another vote related to pay was on the directors' remuneration report. This report gives details about what the company's directors are paid. It passed with over 123 million votes in favour. Shareholders voted to give the board of directors the power to issue new shares. This can be a good thing, allowing the company to raise money, but it can also dilute existing shareholders' ownership if not done carefully. The resolution passed, but there was some opposition. Next, they voted on giving the board the power to issue shares without giving existing shareholders the first chance to buy them. This also passed, but it had more opposition than the previous vote. Finally, there was a vote to approve the terms under which the company can buy back its own shares. This can boost the share price and return value to shareholders. It passed with strong support. So what's the big picture here? Noble Corporation seems to have secured the support of its shareholders on a number of key issues, including the election of board members and the appointment of auditors. However, votes on executive compensation and the issuance of new shares show some level of concern among shareholders. A potential strength is the solid support for the board members and auditors. This suggests shareholders generally trust the leadership and financial oversight of the company. A potential weakness is the noticeable opposition to executive compensation. This could indicate a need for the company to better align executive pay with performance, or to communicate its compensation strategy more effectively to shareholders. Overall, Noble Corporation seems to be in a stable position, but they should pay attention to the concerns raised by shareholders regarding executive pay and the potential dilution of shares. Alright, that's our breakdown of Noble Corporation's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.